I'm part of a generation of young people who have realized that our existence has been reduced to empty shells. It's a generation that tries to think about how do we find ourselves in this position after 21 years in a new apartheid society like ours. 2015 became the year of Rhodes Must Fall, putting into perspective that all oppressive structures and understanding deeply that South Africa still remains an occupied secular state, pioneered by likes of people like Rhodes, who established an empire, which is not something that is foreign from the Western tradition of conquest. If we are to follow the chronology of Rhodes Must Fall and fallism, which emanates from an understanding that colonial legacies and colonial structures must fall completely. So Rhodes Must Fall began to articulate politics of defiance, the commodification of education, and the putting of fees is part of a colonial drive to make the essential basics of life to be commodified, inaccessible, being excluded, alienated. Fees must fall, Rhodes must fall is a calling into question of that colonial legacy that continues to be perpetuated within our institution. That we continue as black bodies constantly being told that we are not welcomed in these institutions, whether it's on a basis of finance, whether it's on the basis of the curriculum, or whether it's on the basis of the environment, feeling that you do not belong in an environment. The struggle of education and fees is a long struggle for liberation and independence in the continent and in this country. So when we speak of fees must fall, we speak of something that transcends universities and transcends even the question of free education, but wants to speak to the relationship between black people and education, which has been the relationship of being turned into servants by the educational system. I mean, if you look at UCT, UCT is a university which is founded out of conquest. It's a site of conquest. The fact that Rhodes himself donated land. All of those white imperialists, white colonialist settlers who have made this country and the ills of this country what they are today, they are still celebrated in our universities. I mean, we should not begin to call these things universities. They are not universities. These are factories that run businesses. Universities are places of where we host festivals of ideas. In those universities, these are spaces of exchange of money, educational interests that do not serve the majority of people in this country who are oppressed, dispossessed. But they serve the status quo and those who are in power. Fields must fall, roads must fall, everything that is white and right, it must fall. And colonialism must fall, patriarchy must fall, sexism must fall, misogyny must fall, ableism must fall. All of these forms of discrimination within the context of whiteness, they must all fall.